The chamber is important because it allows the business community to come together with a common voice. Obviously, we are stronger when we speak with a common voice, and the chamber, not only do they allow for that, but they facilitate it.
The Chamber of Commerce and the chamber team, how they're always out there advocating for the city of Springfield with our local government, our state government, and our federal government bodies.
They have an elected officials reception every summer. It's down at the Realtors Association office. And that's a good opportunity to just mingle once again with a lot of chamber members, but also a lot of the elected officials, whether they're county, state rep, aldermen, mayors, etc.
I've always had a really good relationship with the chamber. I think they do great work. I think advocacy is one of the most important things that the chamber does. Letting their local officials know, letting their state officials know what the important issues of the day are to the business community in Springfield.
I think it's a huge benefit that Mike Murphy, coming from a political career with the State House here, understands and appreciates the importance that we have to have advocacy, because if we're not out there advocating for improvements to the city and the surrounding areas, we're liable to be overlooked. And it's back to that saying that if you don't ask, you don't get.
A lot of people don't really appreciate the work, or maybe they're not even aware of the work that the chamber does behind the scenes in a lot of instances to help move our economy and our local community forward. The Rail Consolidation Project is a great example of that. Early on in that project, it was so important for the community to speak with a common voice and to approach our government leaders collectively with a common voice to get them on board. And the chamber early on in that project helped facilitate those meetings and brought all of the parties together.
Another thing I've done since the early days was I served on the Development Policy Council. We're still there. We just had a meeting on it this morning. We continue to be an advocate for development in the city of Springfield.
We would go to DC on an annual basis to talk to our federal leaders, and they always organize those meetings and put the schedules together and made those meetings happen.
The biggest thing is, in this role as a legislator, having that communication with the Springfield Chamber about what the important issues are. So if there's a particular piece of legislation that's important, getting those phone calls from the chamber is really vital to me, to know where the chamber's at on it, or to know where some of the business leaders are at.
The weekly updates that the chamber sends out with community notices, events that are happening in the community as well, programs that the Illinois are offering sometimes for small businesses, especially through the pandemic and things like that. That was valuable information for us, so we had the local resources and the people that we could contact immediately.
I grew up in a small business household, and the chamber offers a lot of resources to small businesses. They offer tools, education for small business owners who may not be able to have access to those types of tools otherwise.
The chamber has several resources that small businesses can tap into, whether they're seminars or their educational components, because I think we all, as business owners, we need to continue to learn every single day of our life.
I also think it's great to see what the chamber has done recently to react to some situations that businesses face, such as secure choice, that employers now have to be liable for having a savings program for their employees if they're over a certain amount of employees, having a health care plan that if you're a chamber member, you can use that health care plan to cover your employees.
We, since we opened our doors, we've been wanting to offer health benefits to our employees. As you can imagine, as a new and a small company, we want to be competitive too. So not only we want to support our employees and offer these types of benefits, but it also is helpful for us to be competitive, to be able to have health benefits as an option for our employees. So I had reached out and received some feedback that it sounded like there was going to be a health benefit plan offered for small to mid-sized businesses in the greater Springfield area. So I actually called him when I got the call with the chamber right away, and I said, I'm so excited. I can't believe that there might be an option for us to be able to offer that to our employees.
So I actually went through a leadership academy with the Peoria Area Chamber of Commerce. similar to what we do here with the Leadership Springfield. I think programs like Leadership Springfield really bring it home for people, that they understand what it is to be a leader, and they get to interact with other people in the community as they view as leaders. And it's an intensive, several weeks long process that I think is really important.
So over the last year, I've had the opportunity to work with the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce President CEO Mike Murphy on several boards and focus groups, and such as a new non-for-profit that's been working on some workforce development for the underserved population called Unity Kitchen.
Shield Sports Park is a sports tourism complex that is going to be developed to bring families to Springfield. We believe that having an ongoing relationship with the Chamber is what will help make the sports complex successful.
Martin Engineering joined the Chamber back in the early 90s. I don't know the exact date, but and at that time I was just getting going, moving back to town after being gone for 7 years, and it was a great opportunity for me to meet other local business people and get contacts.
We require more partners, more local partners coming in to help us get to opening day. We believe that the Chamber offers us the best opportunity to connect with those partners. What makes this project successful is Springfield, and there's no better avenue to reaching Springfield than through the Chamber.
I just like having the sticker on the front door. If I go to another city and I see a sticker that so-and-so belongs to the Chamber, it gives me, I don't even know how to explain it, but for me it's like, okay, these guys are engaged in their community. It's a sense of unity. We're all working together for a greater Springfield here if you got this little sticker on your door. And so we wear it proudly here.
If another small businesses was interested or thinking about joining the Chamber, I would say don't hesitate. They really have been a lifeline for us, and they're always willing to help out, answer questions, provide resources anytime we've ever engaged with them.
Chamber is such a good avenue into knowing what's going on in the community and building those relationships that I think are important, not just in the business world, but really as members of this community. I think lays a really good foundation for that.
I'm thankful for the Chamber. They give us a mouthpiece that we don't otherwise have. They're speaking for the entire community. We may be job specific when we're complaining about a certain policy or certain ruling that somebody is making, especially changes to the ordinances, changes to our subdivision code, changes to our zoning code. Those are things that we're always working on, but the Chamber affiliate makes that happen. And we're thankful for it in our community that we've got somebody there that is kind of like the conduit between us and the various political entities in the area.
The Chamber's always forward-looking and thinking about what's happening in the broader world and the broader business community that may impact us here locally.
With having, an individual that is a small business owner that has also worked in the corporate world and has also had a political career, I think we're one of the unique chambers probably within the country, and how fortunate we are because those fill a lot of the compartments that are necessary in order for not only the business community but the community in its entirety to continue to be progressive and moving forward.